चलो आज रेस्ट करते हैं। रेस्ट मतलब आराम नहीं, रिप्रेजेंटेशनल स्टेट ट्रांसफर के बारे में बात करते हैं। ओके, सो REST stands for representational state transfer. Okay, it's not a protocol or it's not a standard. Moreover, you can say it's a architectural design or set of principles for building web services. Okay, and whatever the API we build considering these principles, we call those APIs as RESTful APIs or RESTful web services. Okay, in world of REST, everything is considered as resource. Okay, resource can be a piece of information. Okay, so and this resource can be identified by a URI, which is called uniform resource identifier. So if you see in this picture, we have few endpoints called /survey, /survey ID. Okay, these all are uniform resource identifier. Fine. The question is how client interact with these resources or how client perform any operations on these resources. So client leverage the HTTP methods, okay, to perform operations on these resources. These HTTP methods are get, put, post, and delete. So there are more also like patch, but I want to discuss this for only due to time constraint. So get is something you can use when you want to get the resource. Okay. Post is something you can use when you want to create new resource. Okay. Put you can use when you want to update a piece of information or you want to update a resource, and delete again you can use when you want to delete a resource. So these are the standard HTTP methods a client uses to perform operations on the resources. In simple word, if I say client request for a resource and the server gives the representation of resource as a response to the client, and this representation can be done in only two format, which is XML or JSON. Okay, so these are the two format which RESTful APIs support. Okay, now there is one question you will get to hear always in the interview, that why RESTful APIs are stateless. What does it actually mean, right? Let's try to understand it via an example. So consider a client is requesting for a resource, okay, and sending a request R1 to the server, okay, and server is again sending the response back to the client. Then client is again sending a new request R2 to the server, and server is again sending a response back to the client. Now these both requests R1 and R2 is independent of each other, and even server is not having any information about these two requests, that what response has been provided for request 1 and what response has been provided for request 2. Okay, so here that's what stateless means. Basically, the RESTful APIs do not maintain any state of the requests coming in. Okay, so these are the few properties you can remember about the REST, which might help you in the interviews. Okay,